Hi, how you doing? Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this straight into Unreal Engine. And if you can see this or not, I've got a 3-room level layout. Room 1, room 3, large corridor. Okay, very easy to do. So I am going to just switch back to the scene. And if I go to my content folder here, right click, new folder, and I'm going to make one called maps, because that's where we're going to save our stuff. Make another one called meshes. That's why I'm going to put meshes. So easy. Okay, so I've got a maps and file, new level, completely empty, don't need anything in it. And Control S, I'll save this in maps as what we made 1. Okay, this is what we made, and it's part 1. Now, if I go back to content and we go to meshes in here, I am going to import a mesh. So I've just clicked on my thing, and you can see over here I've got a small folder that I keep stuff in. And at the bottom I've got wall 400 by 400.fbx. Now I shall let you have this file because I'm a kindly man. So if I just come across to here, this is the import option. Auto generate collision. It doesn't matter because it won't. Okay, just so you can tick or untick that just to see how you feel. So I'm going to just import all. And no smoothing group information was found. That's not surprising because it's a plane. So select it and do a Control S, and I'm just going to double click on it. And if I go to collision, you'll see there's no remove collision option. So I'll just add a box simplified, save it, go, and then if I just click and drag it out to here, okay, and let's get a light, and it'll be a directional light. There we go. Put that there. If I just right click on top of this and play from here, you can see that I'm not falling through it. Okay, look, not at all. Marvellous. Now, let's move this to somewhere slightly more useful. So, I'm going to move this to location 0, 0, 1. Okay, that didn't work, did it? 0, 0, 1. There we go. And if I press F, it'll zoom me to it if I'm not there already. Hello. See? Now, if you're not used to the controls, okay, right mouse button, hold it down and drag around, and you rotate about where you are. Hold down the middle mouse button, and you pan about. Hold down the left mouse button, and you go in and out, okay, and round and round. And then holding down Control and Alt combinations of these will do other stuff that I can't be bothered to tell you about because I've got a lot to do. Right, so we've got one floor piece here. So I'm going to create a folder. We'll call this floor, okay, just to make things a bit easier for us. And I'm going to drop this bit of floor into here. And now all the stuff I create should be in floor. Okay, so I'm going to make sure this is set to 100. And I'm just going to move this again because I just changed its location. There we go. And I'm going to change its Z value to 10 so it's way above the ground and I'll not get that flickering that drives me mad. Right, hold Alt and then drag it. Let go. Hold Alt and drag it and let go. Now Control Alt at the same time and marquee select. Then hold Alt and do that. Okay, we've got one room. Good start. Next, I'm going to select both these. Again, I just hold Control to multiple select, and then Alt and drag, Alt and drag. Right, now I've got 3 selected. It's not difficult, all we're doing is reusing the same bit over and over again. And the good thing is that by reusing this same bit over and over again, we're only actually accessing one model and instancing it with a lot. Okay, so here's our big room. So, nice big room here. We'll enjoy ourselves and have some fun with this big room soon, I think. For the moment, let's get it all done for floors. And then over here, I'm going to duplicate it. There we go. And then here again. Okay, so just getting our simple little rooms together. There we go. And now we're going to change the shapes of these rooms a little bit. So I'll make this one a square room briefly. I'm going to expand this one out here like that, and like that, and then, I know this is called a wall, by the way, but it isn't actually a wall, is it? It's something else. Now this one, I'm going to stretch up to here, maybe just move it twice. There we go. So that gives us an interesting shape there as well. And here. There we go. So now we've got this interesting shape. Now here, I'm going to do a right click, place actor, and before I do, let me just close this out and go back to here. Okay, so right click, and I'm going to place my actor, and it is going to be my player start. Okay, so there it is there, player start. And if I just zoom in on it, see it says bad size, that's because it's not on the floor. So if I change this to 10, just drag it up, there we go. And I'll change it back to 100 again. Dead simple. So, okay, next thing I need to do then is just have a look at this. Is I need to do some floor adjusting. Now I'm going to take a few pieces. Before I do, I want to get some walls in. So I'm going to change this from floor to F2 rooms. Okay, just so I know what they are, and that way I can open them and close them to my heart's content. Oops. Now, what I'm going to do is take this wall, hello, and I am going to duplicate it. So if I just drag along it there, and then rotate it 90 degrees, it's like, wow, we've got a wall. Well, we had a wall. Now what have we got? We have got a wall. Proper wall. We had a floor. Huh, what am I talking about? Okay, let's go back to our start content, and we're going to find a material. And we should find this one here, which is a nice brick. Let's drag it on. This will let us know how right we are. We're not even remotely good. So let's just do that. Now it's the right way up. See? Bottom, top, etc. Okay, and now I'm just going to put basic more material on it for the moment, just until we're done. And it's time to start putting our sides on. So, again, all I'm doing is multiple selecting them and doing several at a time just to save me time. So, you don't need to copy it constantly. All I'm doing is I'm kind of copying the same sides. You can see, so this is going to come down and so on, but I'll have to rotate it. So, there we go, that's rotated. There are scripts you can write that will kind of automate the process for you as well, but to be honest, let's just make things the old-fashioned way and have some fun doing it. It'll only take us a short while, and when we're done, we'll have well, something quite nice. You know, a simple room setup. It won't be passable because, well, we won't have put in ladders and things, but it'll be nice. Okay, see what I mean? Just put one of these pieces down. Now, if you can't see things properly, just change from lit to unlit. There we go. Now we have all our walls in, and you can see them properly. Now, there's one. I'm just going to rotate that. And normally I'm just kind of trying to find ways just to make my job a little bit faster when I do this. You'll notice we don't have any doorways or funky things like that at the moment. We will have. It's just going to take a little time. Okay. And don't forget, like I say, I will release a test version of this level. So you can go, oh, no, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Went from there to there, and so on. Okay, so now I've got 3. 1, 2, 3. And so I can just go, wee. Oh, I have 2 there. Unlucky. That's another one. There we are. And then we go around this edge. I'll select it from the back here. And all we're doing is just literally bordering an entire thing. Yeah. There we go. And I'm just hitting space to go between the different translate tools, just in case you were wondering. Let me guess. Oh no, I got that right. It looked like it moved them on the Z-axis rather than the X and Y axis, which was a little bit confusing. Move that in place, and do that. Down here. It doesn't take long, as you see, to kind of flesh it out. We haven't got a lot of stuff going on yet, but we will have. I've got a few more, probably a few more meshes to make, but as I know that not everyone is a 3D artist, I will make simple meshes that I make available to you, so don't worry. Now, you don't have to use space, you can also use like W, E and R, by the way. So there's W, just let me drag that to there, there's E, let me rotate it, W again. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do all sorts of things, starting from some simple stuff like some basic layout lighting, and kind of just go from there. Right, you can see where that isn't yet, so I'm going to. Now, I've had some requests for a theme and tutorials ongoing, so the thematic universe for this is going to be kind of industrial horror, which suits me fine because I do like industrial horror. If you're not a fan of H.P. Lovecraft or that kind of genre, it's more steampunk kind of horror, but if you're not a fan of that, then I suggest you go and mend your ways, frankly, if you need to. Right. That's fine. Now, if I go to my lit, as you can see, it's not very well lit. I'll need to put lights on the inside, really. So what I'll do is I'll take that wheel, unlit, and let's put some basic lights in here for the moment. So place actor, and we're going to have just a point light, make that to lit, wrap that up. There we go. So it's about 150 centimetres off the floor there. I'm going to start doing it like that. I just will be able to light it in a very simple manner for the moment. And it just helps me because I can kind of see where the walls are supposed to be and stuff. One here and one down here. Okay, so there's our simple lights. So now we can see where our walls are, which is a help. Now I want to raise up this wall, so I'm just going to select it all, just using the Alt. Good thing is that with my snaps turned the way they are, which is obviously to 100, if I do accidentally move something, it's not like it's going to be invisible. You'll see it shift off to infinity or whatever. Now remember, this is a very simple, I've just dumped a load of lights in it. Okay, this isn't like anything complicated. Okay, and grab. Okay, now, if it does that, we can only move it one piece. That means it's defaulted back to where the original pivot was, so just turn around and go and move it. There we go. Now I can just move that along to there. And that can come onto there, like so. Okay, nice and easy, you see. So now we've got some walls, but we don't have no ceilings. That's okay, we can make some ceilings. So I'm going to grab this, just go shoof straight up there, and flip it over, and then scoot it back into place there. Just start getting our ceiling together. And remember, like I said, I'm not going to do a load of detail today because that's not really what I'm here for. I am going to, let's come back here, basically make these simple rooms as quickly as I can, because what you're going to be doing is obviously dressing the rooms. Well, I'm going to be doing it too, obviously. It's not like you'll be on your own, it's not going to be scary. You kind of get the point. Now then, I think something went a little bit free bar there. Let's go and check out our lips. Make sure these are the right widths. I'm not afraid to go all the way back if necessary. Yeah, it was the wrong one. There we go. You can also do this in the front or left or whatever you want. But whenever I used to use 3ds Max, I was very much an old school kind of guy. Like so old school I didn't even use orthographic. So there we go. Slid it in. Down here, the smaller room is. I'm just going to flip that over 180. And then just start pulling these into place. And again. And again. Okay. And put the lit back on so I can kind of get a better idea of what I'm doing now. There we go, so it's that one, and that one. It can be a little bit confusing because you're working in kind of a non-tangible virtual space, as it were, building, and you're having to take like looks through walls and stuff to see how it all fits together, and it can feel very non-intuitive and weird. Once you get used to it, it's actually really quite simple. There we go, see, so we've got that one there. Lovely. Now if I go over here, I'll just do the same again. So in 20 minutes we'll be about done in total. So I'm just going to rotate that out. Flop. Now I could have made these double-sided, but that's going to leave us some issues when it comes to shadowing, because our meshes will have edges and geometry, even if it's only like, you know, 1 unit thick. So we really need to pay attention to here. Okay, and again. Remember, we're not making a game here. Okay, what we're doing is what we'd be doing is our boss, or ourselves even, if we are our own boss, came to us and said, "Hi, what I really need is you to make this." Okay, because you'll start obviously with kind of basic shell. I'm just constructing for you right this very moment, and from that you would build your much more complicated level. There we go, with all its cool things going on and stuff. Right, there we go. So if I change this to lit, so we can get a better idea, and I just hit the play button, it'll take us to where we are supposed to start from, and I can have a look around. Very big room. And then down here, and then into a kind of a finishing room. Yeah, see? So we've got 3 rooms. Nothing much of a challenge. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few of these tiles here. So we get the right amount. And just shift them down 4 units. See, there they are there. And I'll turn lit to unlit again. And oops, I want to select those 2. all I'm doing is just moving these in. Very fast way of doing it. It's kind of blocking out our level. So I realise at the moment you're all kind of, well, this is very square, this is a very angular level, or whatever, your best bank manager was. However, that's kind of the point. This is our building blocks. This is what we start with. Okay, because you have to start with the basics, and an industrial horror shape isn't going to really be massively organic, or at least not at base level. They're going to have the definition of rooms and stuff like that. I saw a beautiful breakdown of how the scenes were made in Prometheus 2, and absolutely staggering the work that goes into it. So let's change that to lit. There we go. Okay, we've got enough bulbs, and I think I can just probably throw a skylight in there as well. And click save. Okay, and I think we now have our base level. So if I just get play, oops, keep forgetting. I'm going to get rid of that gun scene. Okay, so here's our area we have to get across. All badly lit and stuff. Right, so I'm going to go and hit bake, which is up here. Okay, so I'll probably build all. And I will see you in the next part. And in the meantime, thanks a lot. Bye.